Right then, so it's going to be a longer video just because market's closed. Got a bank holiday weekend, and it's a Saturday, so the markets aren't even open. Going to be doing some back testing, so this will probably be a much longer video, to be honest. Just a journal of my live back testing process. We'll go into analytics so far. I'll just quickly run through how the amount of trades that I'm taking has reduced over time whilst following the model compared to when I was just sort of trading randomly. As you can see, looking all right at the moment. So March was obviously a red month. This was a while ago. April was kind of a bit more experimental, just sort of taking whatever trades I felt there was a setup in. And then May was just actually sticking to the model. Same with June, and we're now in July. So the last 3 months of backtesting, obviously you simulate the time a lot quicker because you can skip through it, have been a lot better. Just looking at the calendar there, you can see it's a lot less trades compared to here, 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 here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So probably be a little bit quieter in this, but it would basically just be me chatting to myself, going through what I'm looking for. And yeah, so it's yesterday's trading. Let's get a lovely snus in for this. Right. First things first. Let's take all the drawings off the chart. Clean chart. Right, previous daily high, previous daily low. So, daily chart. Bearish. Possible draw. Continuation up. London session. So pretty much what I'm looking for is an inverse fair value gap to form under previous daily low or above previous daily high. Market structure shift, a fair value gap to form following that market structure shift, and we'll enter on that fair value gap retracement to then target the opposing liquidity. So in prices like this, you can see previous daily low here, when it just sort of rips away, it's likely it's not going to be much of a setup. So you can see we're now trading down into this on the 4 hour. We'll just mark that for reference. That's our higher time frame point of interest here. Give us a pause. So yeah, we're miles away. Just going to skip a 15-minute candles at a time. Right, so now we've entered the new day. previous daily high, previous daily low updates. So this indicator is actually very handy. Let's see. I anticipate only hit this daily low, and then set up a form from there. If it doesn't form, we don't take the trade, and that's something I need to get used to working on, particularly in my live account, just because, you know, you can see how quickly I've just gone through like 2 days, whereas on the live account 2 days is 2 days. Do you know what I mean? So now we've passed previous daily low, 10:30, was it? 10:45, 10:40. I think sentiment is still bearish. Could come and take this. We got a weekly low. So even the previous weekly low, we'll mark an orange line on that. Actually, no, we're already below previous weekly low. Sorry, my fault. Right, we'll just see how we go. See what sort of reaction we get. What's this? So really, I'd want to see this inversed here. Put on 3 minute now. 3 minute movements. And as you can see, no setup there yet. Might get something going into the PM session, but we'll see. Yeah, like I say, this is the only downside with this model, is that it is a bit longer term. You have to really, you know, wait for the setups to form. Wicks invalidate the inverse fair value gap for me. Let's do it for a little more. So I'm assuming there was some news. You can check the news that's going on. Unfortunately, once it happens, so it disappears off the list. Obviously, it's happened. So on Thursday, 24th. Don't know why it's saying Wednesday, 24th here though. Strange. And yeah, so still nothing doing. We do have a gap here. So now our previous daily low is updated, previous daily high is updated. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come up, take this, and we get a setup form. But we're now going to just quickly blitz through the Asian session into the new date. Open below, reset chart view. It's in 5. Yeah, so it's not really a deal price actually. Step forward, come down below. So right here, it's a bit late, but we do have an inverse fair value gap formed on the 15 minute. And depending on how the candlesticks move here, just go a couple of minutes more. Okay, so within that 15 minute candle, we have a 3 minute inverse. Mark that out. And this is just how I look for this model to form. And the 15 minute, that looks like that. As you can see, it's where this candle has completely cleared this and it's not traded back into it. But it can be invalidated on a lower time frame. you're going to find a time frame where it's not been invalidated, and that's where your inverse will be. Still not tapped it, so go back into it. So looking for a market structure shift. Lots of consolidation in the lunch hour here, and we may not even get a setup. So there's no setup there. Clear that. Right. And this is what I mean about being patient with it. If the setup doesn't form, you don't take it, and it's just like simple as that, really. So still above still below previous daily low. I think overall sentiment is pretty bearish at the moment. A higher time frame will give us that. I'll take this off for now. On daily chart, this will be our point of interest here. We'll mark that. So the hard time frame will dictate how the overall bias is moving. So we are bearish in the higher time frame, looking to trade into that imbalance. So now we have a new previous daily low and a new previous daily high. So what I would be looking for here is either for price to come up and then the target down here, or price to come down into this fair value gap and then we target up here. Do you know what I mean? Let's go forward a bit. Sorry for the clicking, that is me just having to press this skip button on my mouse. So let's just check. So that's come out of it. Okay, so now we have this within the AM session. This right now isn't enough for me to get in. Drop it down into 1 minute candle. Probably may come up a bit higher here. Right. So as you can see, there's nothing here so far. Price is pulling down. But yet again, still no setup. We'll put this in 3 minutes. Let price do its thing. Reference. Previous daily highs here. You know. So this is what I mean. It's a lot of waiting for this to happen. But when it does happen, it's usually higher probability that you'll get, you know, a trade all the way down to the opposing liquidity. Just sort of accumulating in the PM session here. So that mark up on the chart. You know, we can maybe inverse this during Asia. Bump this up a little bit. So like I say, this is going to be a longer video. Probably not as interesting as just the market recaps, where it's me going over my moves on the day. But this is ultimately the process that needs to be done. So now I have new previous daily high, previous daily low, new targets. And just staying on top of these is important. That's why it's helpful to have an indicator to do it. So once again, we have a whole lot of consolidation here. Well, not consolidation, but just like quite wicky price action. It's not massively clear. Okay, so what are we on? On Tuesday 23rd. We've got news tomorrow. So let's have a quick look on the hourly, see what we're looking at. Let's see imbalances up here. Yeah. This being a general target down here. You have to remember as well, not every trade is going to win. You know, some trades will be higher probability than others. Right, so let's see how we do here. So I'm going to take this 15-minute, like so. Mark that out. So now we're looking for a fair value gap to form after a market structure shift, which may take place, may not. It doesn't. Price doesn't have to do anything. Just because it's something forms doesn't mean anything actually has to happen. Do you know what I mean? So just going through the lunch hour, start of the PM session. Tap this. One thing I will say is that I've noticed July has been a much slower month for this to form. Yeah, the setups haven't been perfect. Had to wait much longer. So 3-minute. Yeah, we got this inverse, but it's still just a lot of chopping about. It's not amazing price action. Let's get this fall a little bit. It may even come back up above previous daily high again. Or okay, so we could take this as an entry here. But what we will do is we'll take we'll mark this out. So it's a fair value gap here, forming market structure shift. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put this in 1 minute. And I'm going to go short here. I'm going to place a market order. So really my entry is a bit late here, but I'll stop above this inverse. And then target down here. So it's 2.5 to 1. Take this out a little bit. Actually, now I think about it, where's the previous daily high? Previous daily high is going to be up here. So once this session closes, we'll have to see how that goes. You can see right now it's coming up to the end of the day. But yeah, we're going to place this. So I've got it 1% market order. Let me just check. screenshot. VG formed on the 15-minute. A bit lit. Okay. VG formed further down and created a market structure shift. Entered off the 1 minute retracement. Let's stop above IFVG. Now this is the end of PM session. New previous daily high, previous daily low. I need to monitor and managing position. And then what you can also do is you can add multiple screenshots. So we had a 2-minute miss. And then from there, you can just add in that screenshot like that. There we go. And then we'll go on our daily chart. And we'll add that as well. Just above high time frame balance edge. That's natural. So that then puts that in here. You can see we do have this, so it is possible it could trade up into this, but we got a daily inverse fair value gap there. So we'll just see how we go from here. And yeah, I'll put this in 5 minutes and go. So you can see we've opened the next day. Just see where the new previous daily high and low is. Due to the fact that we have already come below previous daily low, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to close 75% of the trade, move stop to break even, journal this as well. 75% closed and person. Okay, so we've now secured 2.6k and we're risk free. I'm just going to let this go. See what happens. Extend this out a little bit. And then ideally we push down in the London session. And there you go. So price hits TP during the London session. Have that. So that's now 4k secured there, my 200k account. Let's let that load in. Yeah. Price hits TP during So yeah, it's just as simple as that, you know, practicing the model. As you can see, that's been what, since the last trade I took, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days. And well, when did we actually get in on this trade? Got into this trade on Tuesday and it hit TP on the Wednesday. So the model is a bit more longer term than like just day trading the AM session, but you give it a bit more time to do its thing, basically a bit more room, and you can get bigger moves from it. Still targeting this longer term. So with that in mind, what we're going to do is we're going to leave this day out, and then we'll see price come down into that hard time frame imbalance there. So there you go. Because I think this is probably already our 20-minute video. I'm going to end this one here, but that's just a flavor of the type of thing that I'm looking for in my live account. And yeah, I will be continuing to backtest this model relentlessly. I'm going to start, I've set up a few sessions to see if it works on US 30 and the German DAX as well, the German index. And I've also got another session set up for gold. On this one, I just have NASDAQ and S&P just because they correlate. But yeah, it's one of them. So far, from like a week of actively implementing this, granted, at the start of last week, we had that shaky day with the 3 losses, or 1 break even and 2 losses. At the start of the week, you know, that has forced me to really put some more time into back testing, becoming more comfortable with the model, and even in a week I can see great progress with it, more understanding with it, gaining more trust in it as well. So it's just going to be about transferring, you know, back testing to live account, or my live account, and managing my emotions with live funds. Because obviously this is what, risking $2,000 a trade for a stop loss, which is like roughly 1% on this down here. And obviously because it's not real money, there's no emotion involved in it, you're just seeing, and transferring that feeling to a live account is difficult, because the way you manage the trade whilst it's live is a little bit different. You become a bit more impatient, and yeah, like I say, it's just one of them. I'm going to end this one here, and I will be back tomorrow. So what I've done is I put in a request to go live on my YouTube account, so I'll just stream this backtesting live if it lets me record my screen, rather than like a long video like this. You can just hop in, see what I'm doing, and also so I can just have a longer recording of it basically, rather than just, I don't know, 20-25 minutes. But yeah, with that being said, I will see you in the meantime.